Hey guys, it's me, Jesus from Team Jesus, back with another video, and today I have a top 32 rescuers profile for you guys for YCS Houston, and let's get to the profile. Okay, for starters, so like any good soccer team, you need 11 players, so you have your hydrant, your 3 airlifter, 3 impulse, and your fire engine. I still decided to play fire engine because every deck still has an effect that like activates an effective special, and it's just a good time for this card. You get to +2 with rescue every turn. So, and then I played this time 1 preventer. Most of my games I kept losing because I kept drawing redundancy, or I kept drawing these big guys without nothing. So I just cut him back to 1 now, and I played 1 turbulence. Whenever this card resolves, it's always this game. So, and we play a lot of ways to bait our opponent into like imperming, ashing early. So he mostly always resolves, and when he does, you will win the game. So, and that's like my rescuers monsters. And then we have the spells. We have the HQ. Still 3 emergency. You want to cheat out turbulence most of the time. And we have rescue, alert. They're still really good. Rescue is really good into the Fiendsmith cards because you get to essentially DD Crow their monsters, but putting them on the airfield, kind of like a shark cannon. And then alert, really good for Rhoda. And I still play the 2 traps. I tested reinforce, but I ended up switching back to contain because this card was too really good versus Malice and YCS. They couldn't do anything with the body, so these cards are really powerful. So, and I still played the same Pieces engine. I still think this engine is needed with this deck because it gives it enough grind game for past turn 2 and 3. You need something to keep going, and these cards need to be interacted with every turn. So, and then I played Lacrima, Lurie, and then I played 2 track this time. And I still play the trap card. I bumped up track to 2 because I cut preventer, and I still wanted to keep some sort of consistency. And this card plays around draw a lot better than Engraver, so that's why I played 2 more tracks. And for my hand traps, I played 3 Ash Blossom, and I finally have full wallows, so I played 3 full wallows. This card just feels like it feels like it's just game every time it resolves, and it feels like you're resolving like another impulse kind of card. You're getting a +2 most likely. And for this event, I decided to play the Perulia. I figured there'd be a lot of YCS, and I needed a card that wasn't Book of Eclipse. I wanted to play turn 0 a lot more this event, or make my opponent just play weird. So I decided to play the Chummies. That's it for my hand traps. And then I played 3 Droplet. I think this card is still pretty good into like a YCS board. And it helps dodge imperms. A lot of stuff like Veilers going second. It's kind of free with your spells and traps because you're always activating, then chaining this card. So I think this card's really good. And then for my staple spells, I played 1 for 1. This is basically original simple spoils. Rhoda to get to airlifter. The 1 talent. I played 3 for the longest time, but I kept drawing multiples and it wasn't doing that good. And then I played Call of the Grave for the, and I ended up playing 43 cards. So that's pretty much the main deck. For my extra deck, I played 1 Anima. This never really came up, but in testing it comes up all the time because if you do the hydrant, you need to do something with it, right? So I really want to cut it, but it needs to be in there. Also, there's really good plays with Zelantis where you can like banish everything, put it to like an arrow, and then just suck up the monster you put in there, right? And then Fiendsmith Engine, I put Requiem, Moon, Sequence. I put a Gum Day this time. This card's really good to break boards with, and just to have more grind. Necro Quip. Desiree. I always made Desiree. I never made this guy, Caesar. A lot of people are not playing Nibiru, so the way this deck I play is you're supposed to make cards that bait your opponent to keep hand trapping you so you can resolve your turbulence. So you're always going into Fiendsmith first. You're always making Sequence. It doesn't matter if they imperm it. You want it to get impermed. That means they might not have another imperm for your turbulence. So I was never making Caesar, because if you make Caesar, they might just hold the imperm and you just get cooked, right? So that's it for the Fiendsmith. And then generic stuff, I played Phoenix, SP Little Knight, I played Hida, I played Sunlight Wolf. Sunlight Wolf is one of the best cards in this deck. You get to recycle your only real hand trap, which is Ash Blossom or Airlifter. And I played Princess, Zelantis, and Raging Phoenix. These cards are just insane. They always have game on board whenever you have 3 bodies and a fire on the board. I would never change these cards. I doubted myself when I first played this version, but these cards just come up all the time. So I'm going to keep playing these ratios. And for my side deck, I played some sort of Malice Hate. I played Lancia and the Meows. I wanted to play Chaos Hunter, but a lot of people were playing the Fiendsmith version of Malice, so they were always beating the Chaos Hunter. I just needed a card that did the same thing as Lancia, but not really. But this also beats the Fiendsmith engine and the Malice engine, so this is the best of both worlds for the kind of hand trap you want to see from Malice. And for some Raichu, I had a Drone Lockbird. This card's just really good going first. It's okay going second. The only purpose of this is to force him to play into one engine, either Fiendsmith or a Raichu. And this deck already has a problem dealing with 2 engines already. And you want to play versus just one detonator or versus just a Fiendsmith engine. And to pair with those cards, since they're going to end up either making detonator or set some back row, I played the Lightning Storms and the Dusters. A lot of people are playing Metaltronus and Solemn Strike, but those cards don't do anything. But the imperms do hurt a little bit, so playing these cards just help beat the field spell and the imperms. And then the other card I played was Dark Ruler. Dark Ruler is there because I was testing versus the Shark version of Raichu, and then this is the only card that did actually anything to beat that board, or it gave me a chance to try to crack the board. And it's just a solid card. If my opponent's playing Mermail and they're not playing a hand loop and they're playing triple toad deck, I can always put these cards in. It's just a giant imperm at the end of the day. It just gives you, it's a card that gives you a chance to try to win the game. Even if you can't kill him, you don't need to kill him in this deck. You need to set 4, and you should be able to win the game in the grind. So yeah, that's my side deck, and that's pretty much my entire deck. I didn't think I'd get that far, but this deck overperformed. I did a lot of testing versus Raichu and Malice. My only losses was to a Odeon deck and one Fiendsmith Malice and a Raichu. But there's nothing I can do about it. Other than that, this deck is really good. It's really fun. Honestly, you can play whatever you want this format still and try to do well. You just have to put some sort of strong cards in your deck to try to keep up with the meta. And I'd like to shout out my sponsor, D-Time Games, for letting me borrow most of these cards, and my friend Cody, Casper Chronicles, for letting me use QCRs and stuff like that, and behind the camera too. And shout out to San Ysigyo Games, everyone who supported me on stream, or any other race player out there who wants to try this list can go ahead and try it. It's a really fun deck. You just have to play well if you want to do well, right? So format is still whatever. That's the end of the format, but I'm gonna try to keep playing this deck and see how well I could do. Maybe the next event. And thank you for watching. And yep, peace out. Thank you.